Hull City are busy to work around the transfer fee restrictions as plenty of incoming arrivals look set to join the MKM Stadium with some more outgoing news from the Hull City camp. Hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today plenty of transfer news to get into surrounding Hull City. Plenty of incoming transfer news as well, which is the key one for the Tigers. So we've kind of got a lay of the land on what is happening at Hull City at the moment. Bit of question marks surrounding some deals and some bits from Hull City, but they are planning to work around the fee restriction which is currently in place. The appeal process was meant to sort of be over by the end of the month. That was what the EFL sort of originally stated from Hull City, and that's what Hull City originally sort of clarified. Adrian said it might have been last week on Thursday. That didn't turn out to happen. Then the case was end of the month. That's not appearing to happen. It's appearing now to be within the first week of August. I mean, it's just going to get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back until deadline day, and then the appeal process will get lifted, and then we won't be able to sign anyone anyway. That's probably how it's going to sort of pan out. But Hull City are finally looking to work around the situation. They're reaching out to players. Some players are also looking to maybe terminate their deals to join Hull City. Some more players are looking to come in on loan, and then some players are looking to go out. So let's go straight into what we know so far. So start off with an outgoing one that's left a lot of question marks for Hull City, that being Abdush Omer. So Omer, it's currently a Hull City player, currently listed on down as a Hull City player. We've not had any sort of clarification that he's left. I mean, I'm just checking now to make sure that he's still listed on the website under the first team. Abdush Omer, yep, still here, still on the website. I mean, that's not a full clarification, but nothing confirmed from Hull City to state Abdush Omer has left the club yet. He was named on Aslanspayur's team sheet to yesterday or the day beforehand, listed down as a starting player. I believe it's a pre-season friendly for them. Yes, it's was a friendly game for them, so not sort of saying that he's officially joined Aslanspayur. Of course, we've known that he stayed in Turkey throughout the end of the season, and he is going to join Aslanspayur. That seems to be the side that he's going to go to. Question marks whether it's going to be a loan deal, a permanent move. We're not 100% sure yet. It's sounding like that they might have just terminated his deal so that he can join them on a free transfer. We're not 100% sure. It's a lot of question marks at the moment. We do know that Omer is most likely going to leave the club this season to join Aslanspayur. He's there, he's training with them, he's been part of the pre-season friendlies, but the confusion has mounted on whether it's going to be a loan deal, whether we've terminated his deal and he's just gone there on a free transfer, as I think one article reported. But neither club has confirmed anything. He's played the friendly yesterday and expects to go there on the season-long loan. But yeah, very question marks surrounding Abdush Omer. Of course, he is a Hull City player playing for another club that hasn't sort of signed any contract or anything for the loan deal. Nothing's been announced by either side, so it's a very interesting one there. A bit of an update one on Steven Alzate and Alfie Jones, as they're also expected to move away to Atalanta United and Middlesbrough, respectively. Of course, Alzate to Atalanta and then Jones to Middlesbrough. Gustavo Puerta and Redel Aliao's futures remain up in the air amid ongoing discussions with the EFL. The club hope that they can seek a resolution on both of these with the governing body. Of course, Puerta, Hull City player. Redel Aliao is also a Hull City player as well. Both of them were announced as Hull City players before the fee restrictions, before the embargoes. I believe we paid for Gustavo Puerta, so Puerta is a Hull City player, although two of them are very question marks surrounding their futures, of course, because of the embargoes and fee restrictions that have gone on since the announcement of both players. Of course, Puerta being a bit more of a question mark case because he, of course, triggered the obligation to buy last season and therefore is technically a Hull City player, but not technically not. He's kind of up in the air, both of them, so hoping that we can have a bit more of a certain future on both of them. So let's move on to incoming players. So Hull City have sort of launched a big inquest in the past couple of days to pick up someone who's currently in Turkey at Trabzonspor. Get my words out with all of these Turkish sides. In John Lundstram. Of course, we do know John Lundstram previously of Sheffield United, but Hull City sort of launched the inquest in to try and sign him a couple of days ago. That since has sort of materialised into Lundstram possibly terminating his contract at Trabzonspor to then move to Hull City. Hull City have reportedly reached an agreement with Trabzonspor and John Lundstram for the the transfer to be completed. The player is expected to terminate his contract with the club. A big signing if it can be done, is one article reporting it there. Hull Live then also came out, Baz Cooper there, sort of reiterating the fact that Hull City have continued talks. The Tigers can still sign free agents and loan players. Of course, this would make him a free transfer. So expecting that John Lundstram is meant to be coming in. Also, they have sort of said that they're on the cusp of signing former Sheffield Wednesday defender Akin Famewell. Of course, we've talked about him quite a bit in the past week. Lundstram is expected to be a free transfer move from Turkish side Trabzonspor, with a 31-year-old believed to have agreed an initial 2-year deal at the MKM Stadium. The ex-player is under contract at Turkish Super League side until 2027, but it's understood that the Tigers have been able to agree a deal with the Liverpool-born midfielder, which would see him exit his deal early to return to England, where he would link up with former Bramall Lane teammate John Egan. City are also in talks with Lundstram's Trabzonspor teammate Enis Destan, where that one sort of reported that some sort of deal has already been worked out there as well, with the 23-year-old forward could join the club on a season-long loan to bolster the attacking ranks. Now this comes in addition to Frigan or possibly Ollie McBurney. Now, we talked about Ollie McBurney maybe not coming to Hull City. The deal sort of fell apart when the EFL went, hang on, the wages there don't seem to be good enough for your club in the current financial situation. Ollie McBurney still reiterates that he wants to come to Hull City, and Hull City seems to be one of his targets destinations. So hopefully that is sort of laying into the land of him going, actually, I'll take a bit of a cut on my wages. He's a free transfer, can take the cut on his wages to actually make the move to Hull City. Of course, Frigan, Ollie McBurney, Hull City can only take one, it seems. Those sort of reports have been that Hull City will take one or the other. There is a possibility that the deal could still be completed for Ollie McBurney, but it would rule out the loan deal for Mattea Frigan. So it's kind of an either-or situation for Hull City. Would you want to take the youth prospect of a Frigan who has been performing quite nicely for the past couple of seasons at KVC Westerlo? Or would you want to go for Ollie McBurney, who's of course got the experience in the English game, could partner up again with another former Sheffield United player in John Lundstram, and of course a fellow Trabzonspor striker of Lundstram there as well in Enis Destan. So it's a very interesting time around the attacking ranks. It does seem quite positive though at the moment that Hull City have got their hands in loads of different pies. John Lundstram seems to be a certain. We're getting reports coming in stating that the Enis Destan deal is kind of on the right tracks to getting done on that season-long loan. So it seems like Hull City getting something going with Trabzonspor. Of course, I think Trabzonspor was the team that Omer was at last season. We'll get a bit of update on we'll get a bit of news about Enis Destan here. The Trabzonspor performer who agreed a contract extension with the club last February to see his deal run until 2028 of June of that year, has netted 9 times in 51 Super League outings, clocking up 6 assists. Meanwhile, the Tigers have not given up hopes on signing Ollie McBurney. The East Yorkshire club have spent much of the summer courting the Scotland international, and it was his wages that determined would end any hopes of the deal coming to pass, but Hull Live understands there is still a possibility that the deal could happen. McBurney isn't it's a thought, remains keen on the move to Hull City, linking up with the likes of Matt Crooks and John Egan, players he knows well, having been impressed by Sergei Yakirovich, and that one cannot be ruled out. What happens with McBurney will have a direct impact, as we've said, on Friggum. Vesterloo's forward is Yakorovich's top target, but City would be unlikely to sign both this summer. So it's not sort of ruling out that a Friggum partnership would sort of materialise down the line, but this summer Hull City kind of laid out to go with bring two sort of prominent strikers, Ollie McBurney or Friggum, that's one, and then the other one being Destan of Trabzonspor being the other striker. Of course, then you can partner that up with who you've already got in Kyle Joseph, Tyrell Sells-Fleming, Mason Burstow, if you want to call him a striker as well. So it's kind of like Hull City, in sort of the drop of a hat, almost have kind of looked at their attacking options and gone, right, we better make something happen here. Very little time left of pre-season. Only 3 pre-season friendlies to go. That was another thing that was announced. Hull City have announced their final pre-season friendly of the summer, if you want to call it that, in Getafe. So the lay of the land for that being, of course, we've got Stockport County away this Saturday. Then on Tuesday, so in just under a week's time, we play Sunderland at home. And then on the following Saturday the 2nd of August, we host Getafe at the MKM Stadium, which will round out our pre-season friendlies and therefore get ready to play Coventry away on opening day of the season. You'd expect, though, in those 3 friendlies there to be the new transfers come in so they can actually get to grips with the style of play. With, of course, we said it's an adaptable style of play, but still get to grips, get a bit of match fitness within sort of the English game. Be looking as well at the Stockport and Sunderland games as well, specifically because those are both English sides. They will be probably most competitive games that will can sort of lay the land almost for the new signings to go, right, this is sort of the English game, especially for the ones, as we said, in Destan. Of course, I don't think he's played English football before, coming from Trabzonspor. So very interesting one there. Hopefully these deals can materialise sooner rather than later. But it seems that Hull City, after coming back from Turkey, have sort of picked up their transfer business and gone, right, well, this fee restriction seems to be sort of laid out. The EFL don't want to sort of let us know the case of the appeal process before deadline day almost. So Hull City are getting busy, getting going, which is good. You want the transfers to come in, and with that, of course, players will have to leave. As it sounds like a few players will be leaving, possibly in the next day or two, with players arriving possibly within the next day or two. With so much going on, this is the place that you want to be to stay up to date on everything Hull City. So make sure that you like and subscribe here on the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel by liking and subscribing, and keep up to date with everything Hull City. Transfer news, behind the scenes news, everything. Of course, we'll be previewing a bit about the pre-season friendly tomorrow against Stockport. So check the video out tomorrow. And of course, I'll give you all of the breaking news surrounding Hull City. So I'll see you in the next video. Up the Tigers!